For the maple scarf that we are going to crochet in this video, I'm going to use worsted yarn along with a 10mm and an 8mm hook. You also need a tapestry needle for weaving ends and scissors. We are going to start with a hook number 10 for the foundation chain. So first make a slip knot and then chain 17. This is 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. And now we are going to transfer into hook number 8 immediately into the first row. So we are going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3 and make 1 double crochet into the 4th stitch. So along with this chain here we have 2 double crochets at the end, chain 2, skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and make a V-stitch into the 6th stitch. So a V-stitch is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet again into the same stitch. Now chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and we're going to make another V-stitch into the same 6th stitch. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet again into the same stitch. Next we are going to chain 2, skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and work 1 double crochet into the last 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. So this is what the first row looks like. Next, chain 3, turn work, double crochet 1 into the 2nd stitch. Next, chain 2, and now we're going to work the same pattern, the V stitches, into this chain space here. So we chained 2, now we are going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet again into the chain space. We are going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3 and make another V-stitch here. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the chain space. Next we are going to chain 2 and make 1 double crochet into the last 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. So actually for the whole scarf we are going to repeat the 2nd row again. For the 2nd row the pattern was chain 3, turn work, double crochet into the 1st stitch, chain 2, make 1 double crochet into the chain space, chain 1 and another double crochet. This is called the V-stitch. Now we are going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3 and another V-stitch here into the same chain space. Next we are going to chain 2 and make 1 double crochet into the last 2 stitches. So by working the row 2, you can grow your scarf to your desired length. So just keep working until you're satisfied with the length of your scarf. I'm finished with the scarf, and because I envisioned it as a long statement piece, it's quite long, about 2.5 meters long. And now we're going to work on the finish. So chain 3, turn work, make 1 double crochet into the second stitch. Now we are going to chain 5, make 1 single crochet into the central chain space, chain 5, and finish it with 2 double crochets into the last 2 stitches. And this is the finish. The original written pattern for the maple scarf is on my blog. I'm going to just add the link into the description box. It is the same as this one with added fringes. I'm going to keep the fringes, but I thought I might spice it up and add picots at the side, so that's what we are going to do next. The edging is done, so do not cut the yarn because we are going to make picots next. For the picots, chain 3 and then slip stitch into the first stitch of that 3 chain to make a picot. Now we are going to use the double crochets that we made as chain spaces where we are going to slip stitch the picot. So slip stitch it into the first chain space. Next, chain 3, make a picot, slip stitch it into the last stitch, and then slip stitch again into the next chain space. These are the picots that we made, so continue using this pattern to get to the other end of the scarf. The picots on this side are done, and I came to the bottom part of the scarf. Now I'm not going to add any picots here because, as I said earlier, I'm going to add fringes, so I don't want this part here to be too busy, and that's why I'm just going to single crochet my way up to this part here, to the end of the bottom part, and then continue making picots. I ended the picot into the double crochet stitch here. I slip stitch it here. As you remember, we have 2 double crochets on each side of the scarf. So next I'm going to add 1 more single crochet here into this stitch, then make 3 single crochets into this chain space, 1, 2 and 3, then another single crochet into the central chain space, 3 single crochets on this side here in this chain space, now 1 single crochet here, and this is the second one, the second double crochet. So I'm just going to start my picot here and slip stitch it into the first actually double crochet on this side. Next, the picots for the other side, chain 3, slip stitch into the first stitch, and next we are going to add it into this chain space, make a slip stitch and just picot our way up. The picot side is done. The other end of the scarf also worked with the same pattern as we did for the other side. And now for the fringes, cut your yarn into threads like this. Mine are 30 centimeters long. You can go with, just depending on the thickness of your yarn, you can add 2 or 3 strands together. I decided to go with just 2. Place your scarf with the face up, and using a smaller hook, push the hook through the stitch, grab the strands of yarn and pull them through this stitch. You're going to create a loop, get them all and pull through this loop, and the fringe is done. So if you'd like to add more, you can use the, as I said, depending on the weight, on the thickness of your yarn, you can just use just 1 strand, or make it a double, a triple, and so on. And here is the finished look of the scarf. Quite eye-catching and impressive, and I hope you give it a try.